wake up a sore boy tomorrow, Scotty Lewis.
In the pro scene.
Let's go centering to Rick Power for the formalities.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Anthony Shibley now brings the fighters into centering for what was an incredible first round event, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. That's all it took, ladies and gentlemen, for Moss the Boss Niemann to take out his win on debut tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Mostyn, congratulations, a debut on Fox Sports, a big win for you to start off. You came out pounding and you finished it pounding.
Yeah, just happy to be in the pro scene now with the smaller gloves on, loving it. So happy to please you all. Hope you like that.
Mostyn, of course, you're being trained by Angelo at the moment. He's obviously got some, well, he's had some fairly big raps on you. He's obviously got a few plans lined up. What's next perhaps for you after this now?
Oh, well, we're not really sure. We're going to try and take everybody out in Australia here in the cruiserweight division, and that's it. On to some bigger things.
Mostyn, there's no doubt you're a very exciting fighter. It's great to see a brand new heavyweight on the scene, and certainly to come out powering like you've done tonight is very exciting, not only for Fox Sports, for all the fans as well. Yeah, just like to say a quick thank you to Fox and the Para boys for supporting me all the way up to this. Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mostyn Niemann.
What a performance from the 21-year-old on debut here tonight. 5 fights down, 3 remain. Roy Tua, Manny Huderick and Willie Kickett, they are up next. Will Tomlinson, he takes on Raymond Eliza Esperanza. In our main event, the vacant IBO World Bantamweight title is on the line. Eric Barcelona and Vic Darchinian will be back on the other side of this break with more from Paramatta Leagues Club.
Super Saturday is going to light up the night.
Beautiful.
With Para up against Cronulla's Shark Attack.
The electrifying Eels live.
Join the Dream Team live in the studio.
Welcome back to Big Time Boxing, live from the Paramatta Leagues Club. 2 Aussie world champions in the one room on the one night. Danny Green, always a pleasure, our cruiserweight kingpin. Firstly, what about what we've just seen from a debutante? That was impressive.
Mostyn, yeah, it was a real. I just walked in the door and I just heard a crack, and it was a left rip. It was the first one I dropped him, and he stayed cool, stayed composed, and did the job. So yeah, good young kid, Mostyn. A really good future ahead of him. Nice kid as well from Adelaide. And we've nicknamed him Mostyn Powers.
I don't mind that, actually. Don't mind that at all. Now, as a guy who's had a lot of super fights in Australia, you of all people would love to see Vic Darchinian here tonight on home soil for the first time in 2.5 years.
Oh, I can't believe that Australia is actually going to get the chance to see Vic. He's a superstar in Europe and in America, and he's fighting here for a bantamweight world title. It's a pretty incredible thing that Fox are doing and putting it on, and Vic Darchinian himself giving back to the Australian fans. His manager Elias Nasser has done a deal. So look, I just think Vic's is gonna try and come out and be explosive. And there's Vasquez is fighting the rematch with Marquez coming up very soon. And Vic's words were, we spoke this after in the rooms, and his were, I won't say what he said, but something to the effect of, them both. So, yeah, Vic Darchinian's just going to do his job tonight, and I can't wait, and I'm rapt to be ringside commentating, one of our greatest fighters.
And given the chance, he'd probably take them both on the one night too. Now,
he said that.
Yeah, I'm quite sure he did, but not quite in those words. Now, a link here between Paramatta Leagues Club, Danny Green, the Parramatta football team, and also Vic Darchinian. Both of our world champions do a lot of work with the Parramatta Eels as we take a look at young Vic. Big Tamana Tahu is in Origin camp at the moment, and the boys, they felt this big time.
I bet they did. Vic, there's Fui. Vic can hit like a heavyweight just about. For a little guy, he's got immense power, and he's angry and he's aggressive when he's in there. He's a scary proposition. There's Oz, the CEO. Big Oz has taken a few. But it's as a cruiserweight, I keep telling him, mate, just stay where you are. You bring stiff around my weight division. Keep away, Vic.
Okay, talking about Danny Green, of course, Manny Siaka, and did it in style in April. What have you been up to?
We had a good break. Had a very, very hard preparation for Manny, and I'm happy I got the job done and didn't take many shots and finish him off. He'd never been finished in 3 rounds before. Been relaxing at home. I've been with my my main man Archie. How you going, buddy? And my little princess Chloe. We actually been fishing. Went to Rotto, went fishing and surfing, and I've been back into the gym a little bit, back into training, and hopefully we're looking at a fight around late July.
Guys seem to want to put their hand up against you early, but when the talks get serious, they're pretty quick to turn the phone off or put the hand down. Guys like Roy Jones Jr. wanted a rematch. Bernard Hopkins put his hand up. Antonio Tarver. That saga continues. There's offers there, then they're off the table almost as quickly.
It's difficult, and as you know, Andy, in boxing there's a lot of grey areas. We don't run off a fixture like the AFL or the NRL, so we've got to organise our fights, and we try to organise the biggest fights out there, and you're dealing with other promoters, so people ask, well, why don't you fight this guy? Well, it's not just that easy to fight him, because he wants to, their promoter's going to want to sew me up. Now, I haven't put myself in this position and worked long and hard to be in the position of being in power of what I do. So we try and bring the exciting fights, and we're dealing with some overseas opponents at the moment. Bernard just ceased negotiations, but after his performance against Roy, I'm not really fussed. I'm glad it didn't happen. I don't think it would have been much of a fight. No disrespect to Bernard, just where I am and where he is at the moment. I think I would have got the better of him, but who knows? He's such a genius, that guy.
We're going to get you back on camera a little bit later in the evening. There is something in the pipeline. You don't want to miss it. If you've got some boxing fans that may not be watching, get on the blower now. Danny Green in centre ring a little bit later on. We continue on with Big Time Boxing live from the Paramatta Leagues. It is the lightweight division from Indonesia. Roy Tua Manuhurik up against, well, fellow West Aussie to my main man here, Danny Green. Cool Willie Kickett, who returns to the ring for the first time since defeat in June of last year. A pretty big knockout it was too. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Statistically, how do they stack up? Absolutely nothing separates. But make no mistake about it,